The digital era has seen the rise of artificial worlds in video games where anything and everything is conceivable. As technology develops, so too does the plausibility of these worlds. Games may one day become indistinguishable from reality, giving immersive experiences with realistic characters, but is it feasible that we're the equivalent of a video game to someone else? This is revealed, and today we're revealing the astounding reasons why simulation theory may be a reality. Are you a fanatic for fact? Are you continually curious? Then why not subscribe for more video like this one and ring the bell for more exciting content? Questions regarding the nature of reality have been essential to philosophy for thousands of years. According to idealism, which grew to popularity in the 19th century, reality is a mental construct that is the result of consciousness. In the past century or so, the theory has gone out of favor, superseded by materialism, but the thought that reality could be illusory or even a dream has remained on the outskirts of these ideas. The simulation theory could be the most persuasive. In fact, many prominent thinkers like Elon Musk and Neil deGrasse Tyson believe it's more plausible than not. The idea suggests that our world is essentially a simulation, something like a matrix where everything is programmed on some form of computer. Have you ever experienced a dream, Neo, that you were so convinced was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you tell the difference between the dream world and the actual one? Elon Musk is one of the best-known proponents of the notion, placing the chances of us being in basic reality at 1 in billions, but he's not the only one who gives the subject serious attention. There are supposedly 2 tech millionaires already working on a solution to get us out of the simulation. The theory was initially presented by Nick Bostrom in a 2003 work entitled "Are We Living in a Computer Simulation?" Since then, the notion has acquired popularity with a large audience. NASA scientist Rich Terrell has stated that there's no reason that we can't someday encode consciousness into a computer and that it's highly improbable that we're not in a simulation. He finds it a more logical theory than thinking that self-aware entities such as ourselves came from nothing more than a primeval spark. It's a notion that isn't readily struck down. If modern civilizations are able and willing to conduct such simulations and run enormous numbers of them, the consequence would be more simulated minds than actual minds. In other words, most minds would belong to one of the simulated realities rather than the single base reality. Of course, this presupposes that the world we live in can be recreated, but that at least seems conceivable. Matter, for example, is finite and can be broken down into tiny units with subatomic particles akin to pixels, and in a video game, it could even soon be feasible to code brains. In 2015, an international team of researchers was able to digitally reproduce part of a rat's brain. If it's conceivable to upload complete brains, a notion called mind uploading, then how do we know that they haven't been previously and that our own brains aren't truly uploading? We're living in a simulative reality. There is some scientific evidence in support of the concept too. For one, at the quantum level, things exist in a superposition of multiple states until observed, what's known as the observer effect. It's been proposed that this may be a technique to conserve memory or processing power, presenting reality just when it's witnessed staring down my guy. DNA too is remarkably similar to computer code. In fact, in 2017, a team of academics at the University of Washington placed genuine computer code in a physical strand of DNA, illustrating exactly how comparable the two may be. In addition, theoretical physicist James Gates claims to have found computer code in the form of string theory, the closest theory to everything that we presently know. For some, the simulation theory is also a more adequate explanation for so-called supernatural activity, since it can be put down to flaws in the software. Ghosts, for example, might be representations of former lives that mistakenly become apparent if we are living in a simulation. Can we ever break out of the simulation? Ordinarily, the chamber runs like a treadmill with the virtual environment fading behind us and being displayed in front of us as we travel through it, but when it's frozen Morty we can get to the edge. Well, aliens might provide a clue to that question. With the sheer number of planets in the cosmos and the staggering amount of time that the universe has existed, why haven't we observed intelligent extraterrestrial life? This is known as the Fermi paradox, and one potential explanation is that when civilizations become advanced enough, they learn to escape the simulation we all live in, meaning that aliens did exist in our universe once upon a time, but were able to escape before we came along. Our ultimate fate may be to learn how to escape our virtual prison and experience the real outer world. Then again, why would anybody construct a simulation like ours in the first place? One possibility is that our future generations built us in a simulation to examine how we developed. and to maybe duplicate the past by programming the same bounds of reality. This is termed an ancestor simulation. Another notion claims that humans were designed to tackle a challenging challenge that our programmers don't have enough time to find out. This might possibly be climate change, since it's more than possible that an evolved civilization would first utilize fossil fuels for electricity and run into the same difficulties as us. If that's the case, we can be a simulation whose purpose is to solve climate change, a problem that unfortunately we haven't quite figured out yet. Or like video games or movies, perhaps they were nothing more than entertainment, a reality show for higher beings to enjoy to escape from their own dull existences. As technology progresses, we're looking more and more into the simulation hypothesis. When we do get to the point where our own computer simulations match reality, a possibility that's all but ensured. In time we may start escaping to these virtual worlds for more exciting lives. At that point we'll already be living in simulations for at least some of our lives. There may even come a time when people go to work in simulation instead of physically traveling to their jobs and end up spending a majority of their lives in a virtual reality. It's no stretch to think that since it may one day be possible, we could already be living in one, and as our knowledge of science grows, we may be able to mathematically prove once and for all that everything we've ever known has been nothing more than code programmed into a higher being's computer, and that's why simulation theory might be a reality. What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments. Check out these great videos from Anythink Library, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for our newest material.